Hey guys, welcome back to A Beautiful Mess. I'm so excited to bring you this week's video. It's finally Mira's kitchen. And here is me meeting Mira for the very first time. Here we are at Mira's house. Gonna knock. Hi, Mira!
Hi!
So good to meet you. Oh, I can't believe I'm here with you.
I know, I'm excited.
We also have to meet her dogs. This is Clay, aka Mr. Inspector, and you will find out why. I actually had some better footage of him, but I do not know what happened to it. And then this is Cupid. They are very similar in age, but Cupid is 1 year older. Oops. I think she tripped over Clay in the kitchen. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. But this is her nightmare kitchen, and I didn't name it that. That is what Mira calls her kitchen. So let's take a look at what we've got here. Super dirty stovetop. I was so excited to see that. Stoves and ovens are some of my favorite things to clean. Lots and lots of dishes and a ton of stuff that needed to be recycled. And we'll talk about recycling a little bit in this. You'll hear some of our conversation. And why sometimes it's maybe not the best thing. So here is her kitchen table. I think it's safe to say she has not eaten off of that in a while. And yes, there we have Clay again. So that is her kitchen for you. So let's get started. And I will tell you a little more about Mira in a little bit, but there's a lot of this conversation as I'm cleaning the stovetop off and spraying the cleaner that I wanted you to hear. So I'm just going to let you listen to this for just a minute. I knocked some crumbs off of there. So it's like, oh, I'll eat that. So see, he is still hungry. He's just waiting for the good stuff. Right? The crumbs. I'm talking about Clay eating the crumbs off the ground. And speaking of crumbs, anybody want crumbs for dinner? This is what I found in a loaf pan underneath her oven. And by the way, even though I prefer Zep oven cleaner, I am using Easy Off here because they have the fume-free kind, and I thought that would be better with the dogs that she had in her home.
I didn't get your tips on paper sorting, because you said you like paper.
Oh, I love paper clutter, yeah. Mostly I like other people's paper clutter because, like, I think everybody struggles with their own just because it's, like, more personal, but, it's easier for me to say, like, you don't really need this because whatever reason, That's kind of how I approach it, but, of course, it's a little more than that, but I'd have to see what kind of paper clutter you have first. Bills and things, no sentimental attachment. It's just like, they're bills, and it's online now.
I just need to deal with them when they come in.
Yeah. Well, and really, if you just, find the most current one, you can throw everything else out. Because most likely, it's probably been taken care of one way or the other, since they send us stuff online now, too, so.
Yeah.
Worse than I am. I'm like, I'm so bad at recycling. I'm like,
Well, that's kind of part of the reason I'm in this mess.
It's because you want to recycle it and
then it just piles up.
Yeah. See, and I think if that's the issue, then and it's going to be more of a problem for you, then just throw it away, because I think that's a way better option than letting it overtake your home. Like, have you ever read or listened to Marie Kondo's book? So I love her and how she approaches things, because it's very oh, well, yeah, that makes sense. Like, why would I hang on to that anyway, just like I like to listen to it while I'm cleaning, because it really gets me to just purge so much stuff. Or Swedish death cleaning. Have you heard of that?
I've heard of it. Someone suggested I do it. I'm like, I don't think I'm ready for that yet.
Yeah, but baby steps. But yeah, just the whole idea behind that, you're just like, yeah, really, does anybody want this stuff after I die? Or should I just...
That was actually one reason why I kind of started this, was because I thought, after I was in the hospital for 2.5 weeks, Maybe I don't want my family to have to deal with all this. Yeah.
Right. Okay, so if you're a recycler, this is your chance to look away or just to pretend that everything I'm putting in this garbage bag is going to be recycled. It's not, but you heard her talk about how she has good intentions of recycling. And instead of it actually getting recycled, it is just piling up in her house. So if that is a problem for you, it is way better that you just throw it away than to let it overtake your home. It is not fair to you to have that burden of recycling on your shoulders if it is not actually going to happen. So you don't need to feel guilty. Sometimes we just can't do it all. So anyway, this is your permission to go ahead and throw those things away, even if they could have been recycled. I was really hoping to be able to give her a nice looking floor back, but the stain that you see there on the floor is mostly dog urine. And that's because Clay was pad trained in their previous home. And so it was hard to break him of that habit of looking for a pad. And so he would just use whatever when they moved to this home. So, and she was in such a depressed state that it was hard for her to stay on top of it. And hold on, I'm actually going to pause here for a second so that you can see what is under this oven drawer, because it's pretty impressive what's under there. Couple of cookie sheets or jelly roll pans, whatever you call them. But anyway, so that's what the stain you see is just dog urine. A lot of it just sat there because she was just not in a mental state to be able to take care of herself, let alone her home. And so it just seeped into this stone and pretty much ruined it. So you'll see I clean it with several different things and just nothing will budge that stain you see. Oh, and apparently I am way more sensitive to smell than I thought I was, which you'll see here in just a second. Oh, I'm dry heaving.
You're what?
Dry heaving over here.
Oh no.
Like just because it, getting it wet makes the smell kick up.
Oh.
I'm like,
Oh gosh.
yeah, no, I'll be fine. I just can't. So yeah, I already knew that I was sensitive to smell, and I know that I have a hard time cleaning up like vomit because the smell and the stringy bile stuff just makes me sick. So I thought I would handle this okay, but just getting it wet really made that smell kick up. But I also think the fact that I had not been feeling great the few days prior to this because I was just getting over a cold, and for some reason my stomach was just a little queasy anyway. I think that did not help either. So just a combination of it all, I wasn't dealing very well with. But yeah, I probably should have just scraped this up first, which you'll see me change my method here a little later and actually scrape it up first and then get it wet to mop it. And that did work out a little better. The reason you see me using rags and doing the penguin walk rather than just mopping this is because there was such a thick layer of grime there that I really just didn't want to use my regular mopping method, which is scrubbing it and then squeegeeing it all together, because just with the way that I was feeling, I thought that that pile of wet grime really would have taken me over the edge. So this is why I approached it like this, just to throw those away after I scrub the floor. Also, if my voice sounds a little extra scratchy in this video today, it's because I'm just getting over COVID that my husband generously decided to share with me. So yeah, I had a cold like 3 weeks ago, and now I'm getting over COVID and have that post-COVID cough that just is killing my throat. So anyway, sorry if it's a little extra scratchy today. I Googled some suggestions for how to get rid of the urine stain from this tile, and it recommended vinegar and baking soda. So I'm going to let you listen to this sizzle from the baking soda. I love this sound. So this method didn't work either, but it was still worth it to hear that sizzle sound. I even texted Mac to see if he had any suggestions, and the only other thing he could think of was hydrogen peroxide, which I thought I had with me, but I didn't, and neither did Mira. So we just had to let it be, and she'll have to just replace it if she wants decent looking floors again. Here's that part where I decided to scrape it up first and then mop. So look at all that stuff I'm getting up. So let me tell you a little more about Mira. Mira has a channel called Peeling Away the Clutter. A lot of you guys already follow her, and she says that she has been chronically disorganized her whole life, and she had this epiphany that her house was not going to clean itself, and so she wanted to start decluttering it and film that process and put it on YouTube. And so she reached out to me about, it's probably been 6 weeks now. Anyway, 6 weeks ago, she sent me an email saying that she follows my channel and that she is also here in Utah, and wondered if I would be interested in coming to help her with her kitchen and her bathroom, because she has some back issues and some other health issues that prevent her from doing too much, and so there was just no way that she was going to be able to do this on her own, and thought this might be a good opportunity to do kind of a collaboration and feature it on my channel, and also help her out with her YouTube venture of decluttering her house. So her channel is really, she's just going through and decluttering one small space at a time, and she is doing a fantastic job. She has been so inspirational to so many people with just the ability to overcome her natural tendency to be disorganized, and has really made some great progress. So you should check her out if you haven't already. So again, that's Peeling Away the Clutter. And I will link that in my video description as well, so to make it easier to find. But anyway, she's an amazing person. And I was so thankful she reached out to me, because this turned out to be just a wonderful experience for both of us, I think.
Like 2 or 3 in the morning. Yeah, so I didn't really follow her around at that point because I was working and I was basically providing for all three of us. So, she basically kept me in check.
Okay, time to tackle these dishes. So I usually bring in some totes to store the dirty dishes while I am either rinsing off the other ones to put in the dishwasher, or to actually soak them in. In this case, she had a working dishwasher, so I just needed it to store some of these dirty dishes in while I rinsed the others. And then I also used a second tote to put the clean dishes in that were in the dishwasher, because I wasn't sure if we were going to be clearing out any cupboards or whatever to put those away. So that was just to get them out of the way for the time being, and then decide what to do with them later. Yeah, you look exhausted. Are you exhausted or just overwhelmed?
Both. Both.
Yeah.
My stamina is not what I thought it was.
Yeah. Well, sometimes I'm sure it depends on the day and what you're tackling, huh?
Yeah. I just feel like it's so weird because like I really have not done that much kitchen stuff. Like technically, I've barely handled anything that's actually legitimately kitchen related. It's like
so yeah, she went on to explain that she has always felt like a failure in the kitchen, and so kitchen related stuff really kind of stresses her out, which was another reason that she wanted me to come and help her with the kitchen. So yeah, I just looked over there and thought, she looks like she's just run out of energy. And yeah, sure enough, there was something behind that. She was just kind of triggered a little bit. And by the way, you don't see her a lot in the kitchen with me because she is working on clutter pyramid, is what she calls it, kind of in the corner of her kitchen there. Does your sink get clogged a lot?
Sometimes.
Okay.
It's clogging.
It looks like it's pretty clogged, yeah. But I have some drain opener here. Okay, so I'm gonna pour it down because yeah, it's completely, like, nothing's going down. Well, that's really not good. It's like everything from this side, like I'm not putting any more water on this side, but the drain cleaner or the drain opener or whatever, instead of it making it drain, it's almost like there's stuff coming up out of it. like it's filling up more.
Oh no.
But I think it's like stuff from this side that's going, but I don't know how pipes are all connected and stuff. Like, what is going on? Why isn't it going down? So we'll give it some more time, but I'm not going to put any more water on this. Oh yeah, now this side is just standing.
Oh no.
Hang on, but this side at least has the garbage disposal, so I wonder if I clear that. Let's see. What's down there? Okay, let's see. Oh,
that does not sound good at all.
Yeah, well, that's not that bad because usually there is a tool or something that you can force that to spin again. It's usually just that it got stuck. But if the tool's not down here, because sometimes it's just like kept under the sink, like it comes with it. It's just like an Allen wrench, but yeah. So if we
No more plumbing issue.
yeah, let's see. We were never able to find an Allen wrench, and so she actually ended up calling the people that just redid all of her pipes, and they came over later that evening to check on everything and to unseize the garbage disposal. And really the issue was that she just hadn't used her sink that much, and so they said if you don't run water down there, it ends up clogging, and it's hard to get anything to run through it if you're not if you're not using it like daily. And also with the garbage disposal, if you don't run that every once in a while, it can rust in place. And so they were able to unseize it, but they just told her to run it every once in a while in order to keep it from seizing up like that. So yes, I did continue to use the sink even though it was clogged. I felt okay doing that because I knew they'd be coming over later that evening to take care of things, and so I just tried to use just a little bit of water so that there wasn't too much in there, and I knew it would eventually drain. So no big deal. But I did end up getting it to unclog because all of a sudden I realized, oh, there is a plunger underneath here that I forgot I saw while I was down there earlier. Yeah. Oh, that just cleared it. Whatever I just did, but I mean,
What just cleared it?
I just plunged this side. Like I was plunging over here and it did nothing, and then I like barely started plunging this and it all went down. And I don't know why, but
It down on both sides?
yeah, that was weird. I wonder if it'll come back. So yeah, crisis averted for now. But we still let them come that evening just to make sure it didn't happen again, just to, you know, let them know kind of what happened. And it's a good thing they came, because it was nice for her to know that she needs to be using the sink more often so that it doesn't have issues like that. So here's just a quick little bird's eye view time lapse of me plunging the sink again, drying off the dishes I just washed, and then just getting the surrounding area all cleared off so that I can scrub this down with Barkeeper's Friend and get that sink looking really nice. I love this part, and the scrubbing sounds that come with it. So here you go, enjoy. Look how clean that is. You could have eaten Thanksgiving dinner out of that sink. And then just hit the garbage disposal when you're done. All of this is Pampered Chef stoneware, which is kind of like cast iron where you can't put soap on it. So I just use really, really hot water to kind of disinfect it. I don't always use plastic wrap on the oven cleaner, especially when it's inside the oven, because I feel like it stays moist enough in there. But if it's really, really bad and needs to sit for a long time and not dry out, then I'll use the plastic wrap on top of it. So, but another side benefit is you can actually still set stuff on top of it while it's still sitting there. And this stovetop was one of the very last things I did, just to let it sit as long as possible. And it really does just wipe right off. Check out this really cool candle I found while cleaning up. It looks just like a tub of Aquaphor. Oh wait, it is a tub of Aquaphor. I thought that was hilarious that she had that sitting on a candle holder, just like it was a candle. So I had to show you, of course. Okay, you ready to see this wipe right off? Pretty cool, eh? And also, it's kind of nice that the plastic wrap wipes off half the stuff with it. So, another benefit of using the plastic wrap. So not to get all somber on you, but I was just thinking about this. It's like 9 p.m. here, And my husband just got called out to his second call today. The first call was an apparent suicide, and then this one was a stabbing. And it just seems like more of this stuff happens near the holidays, which I'm probably not making that up. I think it's, as the days get shorter and it's darker outside, I think people get a little sad. And it's, I know seasonal affective disorder is a real thing. So anyway, keep an eye on your loved ones. If you are the loved one who is suffering, please reach out. There are people that love you. Don't make a decision that is going to affect the rest of their lives for something that is temporary. I promise it will pass. It takes a lot of time sometimes, but it will pass eventually. Oh, Mira, I'm so sorry. There's like I don't know if this was the oven cleaner that did this or what, but the paint on this is coming off. I've never seen that happen. It's just a little part here that as I was scrubbing, I was like, that is coming off. So now I'm not using this, but I think the oven cleaner, because as I'm rubbing that, it's like wanting to just peel off. I've never seen that because I've used this on this before and have not seen the paint come off. So I apologize. It's like got this coming through, but it's just on this little section here. So we figured out later what happened there, and this is actually quite timely with what I was just barely talking about, but she came over later and was like, oh, I think I know what happened. I think that is the area that got burned when I almost burned my house down. And I was like, what? What do you mean? And she said it was when she was in just the depths of depression. She just wasn't even paying attention and accidentally turned on the wrong burner, and there was a cereal box there. It caught on fire and kind of started things on fire. So it ruined the paint there, and that's why it was peeling off, not because of the oven cleaner. But it made me sad for her just to think of how depressed she was and for how long it was. She was in the hospital last year for, I think it was 2.5 weeks with sepsis, almost died. And, it's just sad to hear about what some people go through. But so that's why I'm so proud of her that she has been able to pull herself out of that and get her home, try to get on top of things again. It takes an incredible amount of strength to be able to do something like that. So, there is hope. There is. In fact, my husband for 7 years struggled immensely with depression. I did too, but not to the same degree he did. He has OCD, and there were just thoughts that he could not get rid of, and it just about drove him crazy, and he was so depressed and suicidal, and it was really hard. But he's better now, and it's just crazy to think that if he had just given up then, where we'd be right now. So hang in there. I just want to give everyone that message today. These things do pass, so just keep hanging in there. In just a minute, you're going to hear me talking to Mira about taking her oven door off to clean in between the window panes. But unfortunately, this oven door did not have the same clips that I usually see on oven doors to take it off the hinges. And so I did this in a roundabout way, which I would not recommend you do unless you kind of feel like you're handy. But that being said, I do have a video on how to actually take apart an oven door that I will link in the description if you want to know how to do that yourself. I am going to try to take your oven apart to get in between these windows because it's never going to look clean. Like right here, the between the panes of glass, it gets stuff, and so it never really looks clean unless you can take that apart. But I'm just looking at this, and it's a little different than any other oven I've done because, let's see, most of them just slide out to the doors, or like there's a little clip on it. This one is different. So
Yeah, I like to make things challenging, I guess.
Well, it's just weird that that's so different than any other. I might have to look that up. So here's your second warning. And in fact, I don't even show you how I do it. I just show you me starting to take it apart. And then here's me putting it, the last screw in. So I did it successfully. Looks so much better. But again, do this at your own risk.
And just like, so, yep, that was the biggest part of the question. Set my sofa up here, but unfortunately I turned this on, and there was something that I think was a cereal box. Oh no, oh no. Yeah, so I started smoking it. I'm like, okay, that's, yeah, okay, maybe work over here. So this is what I finished with on the first day. So here's your before and afters of that oven, and then I will show you where we started and where we ended on the first day. Can you even believe that transformation? And then this is just a video of where we ended on the first day, and then just to remind you where we began. Oh my gosh. So quite a bit done. It looks so much better, but there's still so much more to do. So here is day 2. And I, again, was not feeling great. When I woke up this morning, I was kind of wondering if I should go, but I kind of had to, just because I had so much going on the next week. We were going out of town, and so I was like, I'm just going to push through and get this done. We found a lot of hidden treasures in this pile of stuff, a lot of stuff that she'd forgotten she had. And then unfortunately, there were several items that were just ruined. I don't know what got in these boxes, but there was mold at the bottom and it basically ruined everything. But I mean, in some ways that's good because it's easier to just say it's time to let it go. I guess it's ruined. So, yeah, and I know books are hard for her, so every time I come across a book, I'm like, oh, shoot. She has to make a decision about a book, but it is what it is. I thought it was like a food tray, and then it had like, oh, I didn't realize. I was like, why am I going to that like that? Okay, put that right here. Oh, no, books. I know, it's hard for you. Okay, but now I'll get these color balls out. Actually, I think these are open. Oh, these are open. Yeah, so I'm not going to, yeah. Oh, shoot. This is the box that has a lid on, so that way get rid of some of these, like, some of these books are pretty moldy. Oh. No. Yeah, see what's here? So this might be easier. Let's just toss this. No, it's open. Ooh, that sounds so bad. As I was peeling these boxes off, ooh, like that one, I was just thinking, how am I going to save this table? So, of course, spoiler, if you don't already know, we did end up getting her a new table. So I'll talk about that a little bit later in the video once we get this all cleared, because you just have to see how sad this table is. And there was really no way I could let her keep this. It was just in such bad condition. So thank you guys for coming through and helping me get her a new table. Okay, this was a sweet moment. Look what she found in this pile. It says, I want to clear up some space in my house and let people in my life more, reach out more. And she wrote that in 2021, so almost 3 years ago. And it's finally happening. This is a goal that she's had for herself for quite a while. She said that that wasn't the only year she's made that goal, but yeah, it's kind of cool to see that and see how far she's come. So it was amazing.
Are you serious?
So about 90% of the food that was in this kitchen was expired and we threw it away, which if you do follow Mac and he talks a lot about hoarding and the costs of hoarding. So, I mean, that's one of them. 90% of this food was no longer good. So it breaks my heart a little bit to just kind of throw that food out that was never even used. And I mean, the stuff in the Harmon's bag was never even taken out of that bag when she got home with it. So, just sat there. But it really shows you how depressed she was. And if you've never been that depressed, I pray you never will be. I think I've never gotten to that level of depression, mostly because I found my secret weapon, and that is helping others. Whenever I feel a little down and feel like I could spiral into a depression, I usually find a way to help somebody else, and it really lifts my mood, and it's just hard to be in a bad mood when you're serving someone else. So if you're someone that struggles with depression, maybe give that a try. Find something you can do for somebody else and see if it doesn't help lift your mood. Yeah, I just barely found this out myself just a couple of months ago. The batteries expire. Who knew? I figured, they only have so long before they start to lose their charge and maybe don't work as long, which is probably the case, but I didn't know that they actually had a printed expiration date on them. So if you didn't either, well, now you do. So that was a little craft organizer that she'd forgotten all about, that she thought she'd lost, and it just was buried under all this stuff. So that's for all those little tiny things, like in her craft room. So now she's got something she can organize with. I loved this little pink pineapple so much that I used it as decoration at the very end.
Also, I want to get you a new table. These table and chairs have seen their day. Like, yeah. I think I want, I want to. I don't have a ton of extra funds at the moment. I'm just trying to think, between now and the time I come back, if I can, that can be my super thanks thing. To be let's give Mira a new table. Just put a picture out there on my, because I won't be airing it yet. Yeah. The chairs have had it, they're all falling apart. Yeah, falling apart, stained. Yeah. Because to try to clean this, I'm I don't think it's going to wash up very well. There's some stuff on here that I'm not even sure what it is. But some of it is mold. yeah, I just wouldn't feel right about you eating off this table. So it'd be fun to have it as an after, but maybe as a, when I come back the next time to do your bathroom, bring it, set it up, and do another after shot or something.
Yeah.
But I don't know where to take this. Sure. I will replace it. I'm just like, if you're okay getting rid of it, if I replace it. In fact, let me take my gloves off and just look at like.
Okay, let me ask the thumbtack, or not the thumbtack. It's TaskRabbit. Let me ask the TaskRabbit guy.
Oh, if they can take it?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, and if there's like a dump close, I can take it there, just throw it in the back of my truck. But I don't necessarily want to take it all the way back to Smash Fork.
Yeah.
So yeah, we kicked this table to the curb and I was able to purchase a new one for her. Thanks to you guys and your PayPal donations. Thank you so, so much. And I was supposed to deliver that this week. However, I didn't go back up there for the bathroom cleaning, which was when I was going to take the table to her, because she had something tragic happen the day before I was supposed to go up there, which I'll tell you about at the very end of this video. I didn't want to start it off with sad news, although I already feel like I've kind of made this a little more depressing than I meant for it to be. So I guess we'll bring that mood up and just celebrate that, yay, we got her a table. And I'm so excited to show you. But yes, unfortunately, it is not going to be in this video like I had planned on. But we did reschedule, and I am going up there again next week to do her bathroom, and I will get the table and deliver it to her then. So you can look forward to that next week. This little doggy mat that she had for the food and water bowls was looking pretty sad. It had gotten a lot of water underneath it, and there was actually some mold growing there. So she bought a new mat to replace it with. So cleaned up this area and got them a nice new mat for their food and water. I was so excited to see that she actually had a Swiffer with some wet pads, because this meant that I could actually mop it and remove some of these layers of grime. And then I bleached it, or sprayed it with bleach, just to get it extra clean after I got this all thoroughly degrimed. Is that a word? I don't know. But we're going to make it a word. It's degrimed. So you are going to see me throw away a lot of food here, and it doesn't look like I'm checking expiration dates, but I promise I am. I just don't show it. So a lot of this just got tossed, which, I mean, it's sad, but it does make it a lot easier just to clear everything out, start fresh, though I think she could survive on pasta for a while. She had a lot of that. So we just got back from watching the Hunger Games new movie with our boys, and I really liked it. My boys are undecided, but I thought it was really kind of fun. So I'm excited to also see Napoleon. You guys will have to let me know if you've seen that one and if you liked it, because I love Joaquin Phoenix. He's an amazing actor. I can't believe in all of this video I haven't even mentioned Mira's laugh. So if you aren't a follower of her channel yet, you should, first of all, but you are gonna love her laugh. She giggles at herself and it is the funniest thing. It's just infectious. I just love her. See what I mean about the pasta? I think she's gonna be okay. And tuna and Spam. Does Spam even have an expiration date? Just kidding. I know it does, but the Spam that she had didn't expire till 2025. So she does have that as well. I get so excited at this point when we get down to bear counters and the Mr. Clean, and this is about it. We're almost done. So this was another long video, which I did not think it would be, but there was a lot more material than I thought there was. So, and wait till you see the amount of garbage that we have outside of her front door. Oh, and you know, we finally get to take the table out. I was just using it to set stuff on, but look at all that she got rid of. It was quite impressive. So here come the before and afters, finally. It's definitely one of my most loved before and afters. Most amazing transformations. I can't even believe the difference, but it does look a little empty without that table, so I'll be excited to do another after shot once I get that table in there. So that's the area she was working on, and look, it's all clear. It's so exciting. Now, don't get me wrong, she still has a lot to go through, that, you know, boxes of stuff that we've taken into the other room, but we made a ton of progress. So beautiful. Now for the bit of sad news I told you I was going to let you know about, but I tell you so that you can maybe reach out to Mira and give her a little comfort. But sadly, she had to put her Cupid down this week because he just wasn't eating. And anyway, it was his time. So I know she's grieving right now. I also lost Minute, my dog, earlier this year, so he was almost 16 as well. So now they are together at the Rainbow Bridge. I know that's super cheesy, but I need to end it a little cheesy so it's not too super sad. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and please subscribe if you haven't, and like this video. It really does help me reach more people so that I can continue to do this service for free for people. So I really appreciate that. I hope you had a great holiday, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Thanks, guys. Bye.